What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to this episode of G4 Outdoors. Today we're going to be going over the LESCO 3000. Let's go.
Well, here's a little story about two friends that came together, and we started up a YouTube just to talk about whatever. We're on a boat catching big bass and smashing them cats. From review videos to just making you laugh. Cause we got guns, we got knives, we got fishing, we got hunting, we got everything you like. So hit that subscribe button. We're in the outdoors doing things that we love. We're talking guitars, girls, green grass, and guns.
Well, dude, you gonna tell us about the new machine?
Yeah, if you're not aware, I do lawn care for a living, and I got the new LESCO Pro-Aer 30. Great investment to my company. I'm telling you, this thing is just unreal. Let's start at the top here. We got a 75-pound hopper. We got about 25 pounds in there right now. Lays down seed super efficiently. We do have an automatic dial back here, so it's programmable. You can tell it how much you want it to lay down. You got a little graph up here. You can lay down, I don't know, 50 pounds per 10,000 square feet. That's a lot. That's a lot of seed. Got a 5-gallon gas tank. What's really cool is this has a throttle control on it, so you can speed the engine up or slow it down. Not too many units have that, I don't think. Just plain. We do have a hydraulic pressure control here, so if you're on really hard ground, you can crank that hydraulic pressure up to get those tines down into the ground a little bit better. But that's all dependent on the weight of the machine and the person on the back of it. So, you know, if you got someone super duper heavy, you can turn the hydraulics down and that weight will do the work on its own. Or you can turn that pressure all the way up and the weight of the machine will allow those tines to get down in the ground. You have a tine control switch up here, so while it's running you can either keep the tines down all the time, and when you push the foot switch it'll raise the tines up, or you can have the tines up all the time, and when you push the foot pedal the tines will go down into the ground. So you don't have to spend the whole time pushing buttons the entire time. Everything is right at your feet when you're ready to roll. I'm not sure of the forward speed. Kind of a con on this machine to me is the long throw on these handles. It's quite a bit of a throw, so when I run this I always throttle down quite a bit so that I can get full motion out of this and be more precise and less fatigue working up here close to the hand grip. Something kind of interesting about this machine is there's no safeties on it. You do see a brake right here, but if you have that brake off you can still start it. You can still start the tines. You can get off the machine and the tines will still be ready to go. The machine will stay running. Personally, I like it, but I find it a little out of the norm for a machine not to have a safety on it. This is the smaller of the aerators. This is a 30, which is a 36-inch tine and a 48-inch width, tire to tire, outside to outside. They also have maybe a 36 or 40 model, and you're going to jump up in size, and I'm not sure of the dimensions on that. Up front we do have the Vanguard 23 horse motor. This is carbureted. Everything on this thing is easy to get to. Everything's out in the open. The option on this box, I believe it's like a $2,500 or $3,000 option. $2,500 or $3,000 is the hopper box on here. It is electrically ran. It is an option that I had put on here. Standard, the machine doesn't come with that. One of the really big cons of this machine is the center of gravity on this. It's amazingly it wants to ride wheelies a lot, and when you're on a slope, like that's a heavy slope for this machine, it really wants to rise up and come over on you. And it's not just a simple wheelie either, it quickly, progressively gets worse. And once you get to a certain point on this, there's no backing out. I'm actually afraid of kind of tipping this over backwards. Like when it raises up, you gotta shut it down as soon as it comes up, because if you keep going, those tines are also drive wheels, and the tines are in the ground, so you know you're going to go no matter what. You're going to go if it wants to go. So once you feel these things come up, shut it down immediately. Not much to really talk about on these. I wish it had front weights on it, and that's about all I think this thing needs, is just front weights to keep the front end down. But excuse me, I've done, I don't know, 10 yards today. This thing is extremely efficient. If you've ever pushed an aerator around, you know that that's a workout. There's no workout to this machine, unless you consider standing a lot of work. But I'm telling you, I've only had it for one day. I'm really happy with it, and I think that it's a great investment. I think that if you're doing aerations out there, I think it's a great investment for you. It is a little spendy, but you know, great investment if that's what you're going to be doing. Like I say, I've done about 10 yards a day. The fuel economy on this, let's see, that's maybe 5 front yards and then 5 full properties. So maybe 7 full properties in total, but I've got a quarter of a tank of gas left. Back here on the rear deck, it's a huge platform to stand on, and you know, you can work your way around whether you're on hills or whatever. There's a lot of room to work around back here, and foot control for the tines itself. Great storage option. This will come up and stow away just like that, and you have access to your tines. I have the safety panel off of here. Always keep your safety panel on when you're running aerations, because these plugs, or your feet can get stuck in there. Wow, that would hurt. But anyway, on the outside of these, we do have the hydraulically ran drums. You have 2 rows of tines on each side, and then on the center ones, they're free-wheeled. So as you're turning and you do a 0 turn, you pull this lever in reverse. These are going to back up and go in reverse, and vice versa. These are going to go forwards if you're doing a 0 turn, and these of course will self-adjust as you're turning. So it's really great for making tight turns. You're not tearing up grass as you're turning, being these are connected to the wheels and they're rolling at the same time. Now I'm not sure if these are hardened tines or not, but I've ran over tree stumps today and there's just a little bit of paint missing off of the tips of these. So I don't know if they're harder than the standard homeowner models or anything like that. But I have been a little bit rough on these tines today, running over roots. I've hit a couple of rocks and I haven't seen any damages yet. So I am happy with the tines, that they seem pretty well built and heavy duty. I just picked these up off the ground. We got 2-inch cores here, and you can see what that does to the ground. It just pulls these cores out, and when you pull these out, you can inspect your ground. You see down here about 2 inches. The ground's a little bit firm, but as you get to the top, it gets a little bit softer. And the thatch level, you can see that there's next to no thatch, but you can see your grass roots down here as well. Those grass roots run, I don't know, a ½ inch deep. So dry. So the lawn's pretty healthy on this yard. That's a deep root. I bet that's a weed. You know how to find out if that's a weed or not? That's just grass. Oh. So this is kind of like a CNC machine. We do have a computer operated seed dispenser right here, seed flow. You can turn this on to where it's just always on and it's dumping seed, or you can turn it on automatic to where when you push the pedal, the seed comes out when you push the pedal and engage the tines, or vice versa. When you push the pedal, disengage the tines, that the seed will start flowing. So as long as you're pushing the pedal, the seed will come out, or you can put it on auto or always on, and it's always dumping. And like I say, you can adjust that down to I don't know what, a number 15 or all the way up to a number 50, and you can see the curve there on how much seed you're going to be dropping. But it's a really nice feature to have an automatic dispensing system on here. Takes all the guesswork out of it. I do a lot of guessing. So anyway, I hope this quick little walk around helped you guys out. I hope it helps you make an informed decision if you are looking for one. So I'm going to get back to work. I hope this video helped you out. If it did, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below. I'll see you in the next one. Let's go.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I just dream of fishing while I'm going through my workday. I listen to my boss, though he's driving me berserk. Damn it, I can't take much more because my brain is really hurting. And now the bank is always calling and I don't know what to do. And I haven't bought a crankbait since like 1992. But the bass are out.